find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
Smashmouth Footballers. Introducing Nick Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, Smashmouth Footballers.
Hey, welcome to Smashmouth Footballers. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm the Cadillac.
And guys, hey, we're just growing as a station. We're up to over 9,000 subs right now.
Wow.
You guys are getting closer and closer to getting that Saquon Barkley helmet.
Yeah.
Right.
Signed Saquon helmet.
We are at Smashmouth Footballers.
So, guess what the hot new thing is right now? That free agency.
Yep. Trades and free agency, that's big right now. It's my favorite part of the year.
This is so much
Besides
fun.
the actual season.
Yeah, you get to watch people draft people. I mean, you get to trade for, pay, and some of that stuff you're like, man, who made that decision?
Speaking of the draft, what's more important to you guys? The free agency, the trades, or the draft?
The draft. The draft, obviously.
You like the young guys coming out.
It's not only that, but that's how you really... I think free agency is all well and good. But if I was a front office strategy and I was a general manager, you have to build from the draft. And
especially if you're in a bad cap situation.
Yeah, if you're in a terrible cap situation, you have to draft good. I mean, the backbone of your team is good drafts because these first 3 to 5, you're going to have a 5th-year option on your first-round pick. Like, if you miss that, you've set your team back, especially if you pick a quarterback, probably 2 to 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you have look, 2017 the Saints were 7-9. I mean, they were an average team. They had that 2017 draft with Trey Hendrickson and oh my God, what did they have? They had four different. Alvin Kamara was part of that draft. That team went and won 11 games the next year, and you had 4 starters on that team.
Right.
I mean, I can't remember who all was in there. Like 4 starters came out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Lattimore was on that draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the 2006 Saints draft. Like, I just bring that up. Like, you had Reggie Bush. Marcus Colston was a 7th-round pick. I remember 3rd round, you trade for Hollis Thomas, who shored up your defensive line. They built that team, and look, 4 years later, they won the Super Bowl with that core.
Teams that have bad cap situations, especially with their quarterback, the draft is the only way to go. Quarterback's the highest paid player in the on each team, most likely.
Yes.
So you got the Browns with their bad the situation, with their quarterback. Whew. So they have to take a quarterback in the draft to offset that terrible contract that they.
So they signed Kenny Pickett.
Right.
Russell Wilson left yesterday. Didn't have a contract.
Nope.
Right now Kenny Pickett's the only healthy quarterback they have. I mean, and that's look. I would have rather the Browns, instead of paying that ridiculous contract with someone who had all those red flags and now this injury history, you could have taken your chances on quarterbacks 3, 4, 5 times, and you would have been set up better than what you are now.
When we get to Cleveland, that's going to be a fun conversation. Why not just keep Jameis instead of bringing in Kenny Pickett? But anyway,
and I want to bring this up too. Like, we're going to go into this obviously, but you see with these signings that teams are not going after big name people. Like, you see kind of like they're taking 1 year risks, 2 year, 3 year. I mean, the money out there, I think they're overpaying.
The money is crazy.
But I think they're overpaying. But you're seeing a lot of these teams show, like, hey, 1 year, prove it. If you prove it, we'll sign it. And remember, like, look, Trey Hendrickson's out there. He's obviously going to get paid, right? Mm-hmm. He's on the trade block. But like, we're going to go into some of these signings and stuff, and a lot of these signings are just prove it deals.
Which one do you like better, Nick, the draft or the free agency?
Oh shoot, I like the draft. And it's not just about the rebuild situation. It's the fact you get to see where they feel like they're missing. Mm-hmm. And as watching,
it's fun watching young players either make it or don't make it. I like to see them make it.
But you'll see a team who says they need an edge rusher versus a running back, and they'll pass on a great running back where they could have traded for an edge rusher that may have been way better. Yeah. But again, it's everything you just covered, talking about salary cap and everything like that. I would love to see certain teams just go all out on offensive players.
Yes.
And try to just boost everything they can as far as them scoring during the year, but it never happens that way.
Yeah. Well, free agency wise, the Bears are doing that.
Yep.
We'll talk about them when we get to their division.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the AFC East.
AFC East. So we'll start with the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen is the highest paid quarterback in the league now. $330 million, $250 million guaranteed. That's $250 million, guys.
They broke it down by the minutes he plays. It is absolutely insane. But he is without a doubt a very talented guy.
Oh, he's 100%. 7 years in the league. He's still only 28 years old, so this guy's got, his legs haven't slowed down at all. The dude he's still an animal. So stat wise, this guy, man, 2024, 3,731 yards. This is what got him this contract, 28 touchdowns.
Cool.
That's something, especially when he runs in a lot of touchdowns too. He ran in 12.
He only had 6 interceptions last year.
Yeah. So this guy, he should absolutely be the highest paid.
On the run, he makes the most ridiculous throws sometimes. I don't know how he does it. And we talk about the draft. I mean, this is just a situation where, like, he come out of Wyoming. Like, he didn't come out of a big school or anything. Right. And if you watch his mechanics in college, they were just atrocious. And then he got in an NFL system, and look what he does now. I mean, look.
The perfect system.
The value on coaching, if this does not teach you how important coaching, if you're a high school kid, okay, listen to your coaches. Because Josh Allen came from Wyoming, okay? Look at what the Buffalo Bills did to him. Look what the system did. They turned him into this. Like, if they saw the raw talent, and they said, we're going to coach it up. And he listened to him. Now he's the highest paid player in the league.
Do you think if the Raiders would have drafted Josh Allen, he would have been anything near what he is now?
He would be picking up trash in Butte.
They got Darrington Evans from the Bears, correct?
Yep.
And he's just a fill-in guy. They got 2 great running backs there. They re-signed Ty Johnson, 2 years, $5 million, fullback. This is one I want to talk about here. Wide receiver Josh Palmer, come from the Chargers. They signed him, right? Josh Palmer to me is very talented. He got a 3-year, $36 million, $18 million is guaranteed. It seems like he's been in the league forever. He's only been in the league 4 years. He's 25 years old. I think that he's more talented than most people give him credit for. He didn't do a lot last year, but he was hurt, some of the year. They had a bad receiving core with the Chargers.
Well, I mean, they had Amari Cooper at the end of the year last year, hoping he would do something. He didn't do that. Josh Palmer is a little bit of youth, and they're trying to get somebody to run alongside, Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Allen, I'm going to tell you right now, Allen's biggest issue is the fact that he doesn't have as many weapons as the other teams do.
I actually think, and
he makes stuff happen.
I like Josh Palmer. Yeah. I think he's good in a certain system. I like Mac Hollins with the Bills more than I like Josh Palmer. They should have kept Mac Hollins. That dude showed out last year when he needed to.
I like Mac Hollins just because he doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Dude, you don't wear shoes, man? You're my kind of guy.
Pretty
You're
weird.
Crunchy, bro? I'll eat oatmeal with you.
Man, I bet his bottom of his feet look crazy.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Look like me as a child running through the trailer park.
Khalil Shakir, 4-year extension. We knew that was coming. This dude has probably the greatest catch radius in the league right now. For his size, especially $60 million, $32 million guaranteed. Last year, he's only been in the league 3 years. He's another guy that seems like he's been in there a lot longer. From Marietta, Georgia, little tiny town. His stats last year with the Bills, he's never broke 1,000 yards. He only had 821 yards, 4 touchdowns. It seemed like he did a lot more than that. But the guy has a lot of value.
He was there when they needed him.
Yeah. He catches everything.
Hey, fantasy-wise, I know statistically that doesn't make any sense, but I'll tell you, I started him, and I don't know what I was getting double-digit points a lot of times with him. I mean,
Well, it's just that they got down to the red zone, and then Josh Allen took over with his legs, or you had James Cook or Ray Davis.
he led the league in rushing touchdowns. Ray Davis
You
ended
know.
up vulturing some.
But as far as getting yards down the field, that's where secure. Just where he got it at.
And then you got Joey Bosa. Got signed as edge. I don't like that. I don't like that pick at all. The dude stays hurt more than he's healthy. He's gonna be a part-time edge rusher. He's not a full-time defensive player. The other guy, Greg Rousseau, is.
Gregory Rousseau, coming out because of his size, I had my doubts. He was like first-round draft pick, and I was like, oh, Gregory Rousseau, like he's just kind of big. And I thought maybe he'd fit more in a 3-4 or something. Yeah. Gregory Rousseau is an animal.
Yeah, because his size just says this guy's going to be a little slower. He's not. The dude knows how to get to the quarterback.
It looks like the Bills take care of their players. Like, don't you respect that? Like,
absolutely.
They do a good job drafting. And look, they re-signed Gary. They Greg Rousseau. They took care of him. They took care of Josh Allen. They took care of Khalil Shakir.
And the most important one, they took care of DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, you got to take it. Yeah, I mean,
that's their guy. The guy almost died on the field for him. I mean, they were like, "Come on back." He's a great safety.
He is a hero in Buffalo.
He took out Tua last year.
Yeah. But look, Hamlin to me, I think no matter who, if you could hate the Buffalo Bills. When DeMar Hamlin got hurt, you were hoping that guy was okay.
Yeah, well, no,
and then when he made that comeback, everybody should have been proud of him.
I remember social media. I mean, I was on my phone. X blew up, Facebook blew up, and I was like, "What?" And I was watching the game, and social media came in faster because they broke to commercial, and I was like, "What's going on?" And social media, they were like, "He's dead on the field," like, and people were bluntly saying that. I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, look, I'm getting chill bumps now,
right?
Because I mean, it was a Sunday night game, and I was watching it. Everybody, the world, whole United States, part of the world saw that. I mean, and it was scary.
Yeah, it was scary. It was definitely scary. There's a lot of other free agency pickups that they have that don't really move the needle for me very much. After DeMar Hamlin, you got Terrell Bernard, linebacker, 4-year extension.
Take care of your guy. Yeah,
take care of your guy. Yeah, whoever's in the building. I mean, you have a championship quality team. Why not?
Yeah, you take care of your team. That Buffalo's doing it right now.
Who you got there, Chad?
Oh, Miami.
I got the Dolphins.
Nice.
The Dolphins went. Somewhat went bargain shopping, and I don't really blame them too much. So Mostert's gone. I think that's the big thing. They just traded linebackers with Tampa Bay. They moved KJ Brett in there. They're going to give Zach Wilson a chance. Zach Wilson, I think this is a smart move on his behalf because he was a third stringer in Denver last year, and here behind Tua, you got to think he's going to get a chance to play.
He's going to get a chance to learn from one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league too. And Tua is a team guy.
Yeah, and
he's not going to be like, you remember Rodgers when he says, "I'm not showing them."
Yep.
Nothing. He's not that kind of guy. He's like Flacco.
Yeah, and Tua's hurt. I'm kind of worried. So I assume there's going to be a concussion this year with Tua, and you're going to see Zach Wilson come in, the MILF hunter. They took care of their own. I mean, Dwayne Eskridge, that was a pretty good signing.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great special teams player. I mean, a great returner. Nothing really moves. Something that I want to talk about, so the Dolphins did something really interesting. Like, J.M. Phillips was hurt last year. They were really they were banged up all year last year, right? The Dolphins were. And the Seahawks, Tyrell Dodson, they cut him. They cut Tyrell Dodson, and what happened was he went to Miami, and I mean, his first game he got an interception, and I think he finished he did. He finished the year with 3 interceptions, and I mean, run grade, let's be honest, Tyrell Dodson run grade is not all that great.
Right.
But in coverage, the guy excels, and that's a great piece. Like, if you're going to build your defense, and look, Anthony Weaver has been getting looks at head coach. It's obvious the guy is a great defensive coordinator for what he's doing over there, and they really valued that. And when that guy was able to get on the field, he did it. So he's not going to be an everyday star. He's not going to be but if you put him in nickel and dime situations, he can create turnovers, and that's where his strength is. And that's a really good piece. I'm glad they kept that. And I'm interested to see what he can do with a full year underneath Anthony Weaver's system.
There is one player though that they picked up in free agency who I think it was not a great move for that player at all.
Who's that?
Nick Westbrook-Ekine.
Oh, see, I think
He's going to fall into obscurity unless they're done with Tariq Hill after this year.
I think that's probably one of the best signings they made.
Really?
Yeah,
Because the dude is so talented, but he's behind two great receivers.
Yeah, but the two great receivers are fast. You need a physical.
Yeah.
You need a physical presence somewhere on there. And look, they got a great tight end, right? But this team has got to get. They're fast and they want to run the ball, but this team has got to get stronger. And I think that's kind of what we saw on the offensive line. Like you got Nick Westbrook-Ekine. I mean, look, at the end of the year, fantasy wise, we couldn't stop talking about him. It was a touchdown a game. It seemed
every
like
game.
And at least. And every time he caught the ball, it seemed like it was from 20 yards. I remember he had 11 catches for over 15 yards.
So talented.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to fall into obscurity there behind those guys.
I don't think he is. If anything else, you're going to have a legitimate red zone threat. And they need it because they want to run the ball. They
So
they
you
want
see
to
him
run the
as
ball.
Steelers Plaxico in the end zone.
I do. And I think over the middle, you throw it up to him. I think he has the talent because he's 27 years old. He coming out, he's blooming late. But he's physical.
Wow.
And I tell you what, he's going to block too.
It's kind of like the Nico Collins of Miami.
Yeah. Well, not that talented, but yeah. I mean, Tyreek Hill's fast. Jalen Waddle's fast, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Big
but
guy.
They're not strong.
they're not going up
Yeah.
high.
High catches and
Especially-
double coverage.
And Tyreek Hill's a year older.
Yeah.
So you need to get a
And he's
physical.
2 seconds
you-
faster.
Yeah.
You might
Hey, maybe.
You might be able to change my mind on that, but I just don't. I think the dude's so talented. I think he should have stayed where he was at to be the possible number one.
Whenever I look, there's a couple picks here that I'm like Larry Borum. He comes over from Pittsburgh. I like it. James Daniels come over to Pittsburgh. This Daniels picks kind of feels like a prove it. Like the guy has always been good. He's 27, but he's always been injured. You know, he tore his pec in 2020. He missed what I think 12 games last year, and they signed him. Look, when he plays, he's awesome, but he's injury prone, you know. And they did the same thing with Larry Borum. Larry Borum's an excellent tackle. They want to get stronger. They want to run the ball. They shored up that offensive line. I really enjoy that. They went and got a swing tackle too. I like another prove deal. Like I really enjoyed that they went and did. They got Melo Onwu from Detroit. So the guy was talented. He's another guy.
Stays hurt.
A 1 year prove it. If he's hurt, not only that, but look, that Detroit safeties were like, it was kind of stacked and he was hurt. So Miami's like, hey, we're going to take a chance on our guy, and they need safety help.
They do.
They need safety help, and you saw them get safety help. They signed 2 safeties. Melo Onwu is obviously the name. He's young. He's talented. He was just buried in Detroit, and he was injury prone.
Yep.
And I like if he can get 17 games under him in this system underneath Anthony Weaver, like I think the sky is the limit for this guy. Like,
I'm believing that this is Devin A. Chen's year. This dude is going to get the ball all the time.
And right now as we're talking, the Dolphins are still shopping. Like they signed Pharaoh Brown.
They got rid of Mostert.
They signed Alexander Madison.
Right.
We've all not ever been a fan of Alexander Madison, but they love to have 3
Just a third down guy. Just a third down guy.
They love to have 3 running backs. And a chain proved he can carry the rock.
Did he?
Yeah. They drafted
Jeez.
3rd round. They wrapped right last year, and now you got Alexander Madison. It seems like they got the right coaches. I think you got Weaver. I mean, for which McDonald, I like that they're making an emphasis on getting tougher. I want to know what they're going to do in the draft because they got 11 picks, 3 in the 7th round. They can't use all those picks.
No.
So
You got to trade those.
this is going to be interesting what they do in the draft. And they don't have any superstars. They got Tyreek Hill, but nobody considers Jalen Waddle. I think a chain will turn into a superstar. Mm-hmm. But on the defensive side, besides Jalen Phillips, we don't really talk about anybody. And the Dolphins need 2 or 3 more Pro Bowl players. And
Defensive.
Yeah, on the defense, Anthony Weaver is doing some magic.
If Tua goes down, the defense is going to have to carry him.
Yeah, because I don't know what Zach Wilson can do. I don't know what.
I have faith in the guy, man.
Well, he's young.
But it's a whole different caliber of ball that he plays than Tua does. So everybody, the whole team has to pivot.
It's just, man, you were in Denver behind one of the best offensive minds in football, and you were the third stringer. Like, that worries me.
There has to be something up here.
Or that, or you know, he's more Russell Wilson than he is, maybe Drew Brees. Maybe he needs to be off script rather than on timing. I don't know.
I don't think he'll ever be a starter.
No, he's going to be a backup, but I would like to see if he can carry them.
Yeah. He may have to try.
I mean, what do you think? Are the Dolphins the second best, third best team in this division?
No.
Who do you think's Buffalo's obviously number one, right?
I think the Jets move up.
Yeah, me too. Good coaching and all that. Yeah.
They could maybe be the third best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a team that may be moving up. What you take?
Talking about the Jets?
No, the Patriots.
Oh,
the
Patties.
The Patties.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so they could.
They had the most cap space out of everybody.
I know it.
They had it last year.
And they've made a lot of moves going into it. Of course, they signed Joshua Dobbs. He agreed to a 2-year, $8 million contract, $3.5 million fully guaranteed. Now he's just a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been around forever.
Right.
Right.
You had Matt Collins. Of course, you just stated that you were like, why did they trade him away from Buffalo? He had an amazing year last year. He got a 2-year contract for $8.4 million, max value of $10.4 million.
Wow.
He killed it last year for Buffalo. I'm kind of like you. I'm wondering what happened to make them trade him away. He wasn't one of the guys you were like, why? Or anything like that.
Yeah, I thought he was there. I thought he was there again.
He should have stayed.
Mm-hmm. And then to have a max value of 10 and your base contract is 8.4. That's incentive laden. That's touchdowns.
So you were talking about touchdowns. Last year he got 5, right? So that's almost. Secure him. They're all in the same boat.
Right.
Now he only got 378 yards again, but he wasn't the primary.
No.
And again, that team, Buffalo, come on, man. All he did was run the ball the whole time. But
they got Austin Hooper.
Yeah, tight end Austin Hooper re-signed for 1 year for $5 million. He was actually really good for them last year. He at one point he was the main focus of their offense because they've been struggling with wide receivers. I'm kind of like y'all with the draft. I'm like, where do these guys go in the draft? Mm-hmm. They're not going to go for a quarterback.
Nope.
Most likely they're going to at least pick up one good running back due to the depth that the draft has on all those running backs. But I'd like to see him get some wide receivers.
Yeah, they're going to need a wide receiver and another offensive lineman.
They offensive tackle Morgan Moses.
Yeah.
Signed for 3 years for $24 million deal.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, just overpaid on that one. You had an offensive guard re-sign, Wes Schwetzer. But
Morgan Moses is 34 years old, man.
That's what I was worried about, his age. I don't. You got to be looking.
They got to look new, young, rebuild.
Their entire team is young.
You got to have an impact player right now. If I'm them, I'm looking at Travis Hunter. I'm looking at Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I agree. You're also looking at running back Ramondre. He may not be. I like Ramondre, but you may have to go somewhere else. They shored up their edges. They got Harold Landry.
The question is, does Ramondre Stevenson, does he play better than he did last year?
No.
Then there's no reason to keep him.
No, he doesn't play better. They had to lean on him last year, remember?
Yeah.
He was carrying the ball all the time.
Yeah.
If they shore up this offensive line and bring another receiver in or draft a receiver, it's going to be Drake May's show.
It's got to be. But last year, Drake May, he took care of he was the game manager the whole time he was out there.
That dude is one offensive lineman and one sure number one receiver away from blowing up this league. I'm telling you.
I think if
they get another tight end, I think that helps out big time too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Someone like Austin Hooper, but just a little bit more
younger,
Dalton Kincaid type stuff.
I can't be mad at him. Like last year, you might as well say that was a wash, right? Last year was a wash.
Well,
Like,
yeah, they
Vrabel came in, and what did he do? First thing he did, he said, "I love my boy Harold Landry from Titans. I'll bring him over."
Bring him over.
Hey, Quavon Chason, I want a strong, athletic defensive end. Like he would play linebacker at LSU. So far has been a very good NFL player. Bring him over. They're gonna run the ball. They signed Milton Williams too. They re-signed him. Like they're gonna want to run the ball. He is going to have to get someone dynamic. But Vrabel is going to build this team from the inside out. And I see it. You see it already happening on the defensive side.
Yeah, Spillane.
Exactly.
Spillane, that dude is a heavy hitter, man.
Massive. Yeah. So it's going to take 2 years. Because you might as well say last year was a wash. The reports later on you came out, hey, while you're supposed to be going through game film, this dude was playing cards with the players on the plane. Did y'all hear about this?
No.
No, I hadn't heard that one.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
That's why he doesn't have a job.
Man, I could see why.
Yeah. He was playing cards in the back of the plane. Like, the assistant coaches were like, what is our coach doing?
Yeah, so he's given up. He either thinks his team is so good, or he's just mailing it in.
And
Or he thought he was doing some kind of camaraderie stuff.
Yeah, that's not where to do
But
it.
that's not the way to do it.
You do that in the offseason.
This
Yeah.
is the pros.
this is professional.
This is millions of dollars we're talking about.
Yeah. And that's why Vrabel's in there. It's gonna take a little bit. But I think that defense is gonna be stout.
Man, if they can keep it the way it is,
I think it's gonna be stout. If you can play defense and run the ball, you always got a chance to win a game.
right.
I mean, they signed with 2 edge rushers, 2 defensive linemen, a linebacker, cornerback, and a safety. I mean,
Right.
the focus right there is everything on the defense.
He's going defense, and it's Vrabel.
The
defense,
draft hasn't even started yet.
That's Vrabel.
They
That's
got
Vrabel.
so much leverage. They got so much cap space. They're going to be able to really build this if they decide they're going to put that effort into it, which I know they are. They have everything it takes as far as resources to turning this into
Absolutely.
a number one team.
And you got to think, Vrabel. 100% defense and run. Keep that clock. Manage the clock.
Look at their signings.
So they're going to get a running back.
Yeah. Look what their signings are.
That's what I'm looking at. I mean, they got to get a fresh running back in the draft.
Why not this year? There's 6 good ones coming out.
Oh man,
6 top ones.
you're gonna get all it'd be a second round pick in the draft. In the third, you're gonna get 2 guys. You're gonna get Henderson. You're gonna get Jukins in the third round. I mean, dude, you can take a chance on either one of those. They both are gonna ball out.
Jukins is not even a chance to me. I think that dude is a solid hit.
Yeah, I mean Henderson too, dude. That dude can fly straight up. Like and I mean they're not even the best.
Right.
Yeah,
You turn around and you
you
put
got Hampton. I mean Janty. You got Hampton. Then you got. I mean, look at the backs coming out. Is insane. I mean, this is going to be like every team should take a back in this draft.
Yeah. If they do it right, they could still keep a lot of their cap space.
Yes.
And just draft what they need.
Yeah. But
Because they don't need a
But
lot.
I'm going to tell you, what's going to happen is you see a lot of teams that need backs that aren't thinking about their future, that aren't going to draft them, and it's going to be a waste.
Right. Oh, it's, yeah.
I'm telling
Absolutely.
yeah, I just go in.
Saints are going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Look, Kamara's getting old. He's going downhill. It's not that he's not a great running back right now, but they need the future to come in,
I'm back and forth on it.
and they will not. They will not. I just have this thing.
If Janty's there at the Saints pick, they should take him.
No.
But then again, they need another edge.
No.
So I don't know what they need offensive line help.
I mean, they re-signed Derek Carr this year.
Yeah, so we're just mailing it in.
I said next year's is $60 million. Yeah, I mean, this is the problems New England didn't have.
Right.
I mean, this is great. Vrabel, we didn't have a chance to interview him.
New
Why?
England.
He knew what he had in New England. And he's
Congratulations,
played there.
New England. Congratulations, New England. You don't have Mickey Loomis.
And you're gonna get Travis Hunter. Look, let's not even mess around. I'm calling it right now. That's who they draft.
You think they get Travis Hunter?
Oh, I do.
Why the heck not?
Why? Hey,
That's that wide receiver we're talking about.
you got a shutdown corner on one side, and guess what? When you need when you need a play, you go. When you need 4 yards, 3rd and 4. You need a gadget play. You need a screen. You need a decoy. Put him out there.
I wouldn't put Travis Hunter as a wide receiver. I would put him as a defensive back
put him in
and let him
corner.
play them gadgets.
Yeah. And
The thing is, he can play all of them.
He can do anything.
yeah.
So, I mean, you have so much of talent there.
Much as they pump Shedeur Sanders coming out of Colorado. Man, Travis Hunter is the man coming out of there.
Can I just say, you said that, and we're going to have a draft special, but I want to bring up something that I just saw on ESPN.
Uh-oh.
I love Ryan Lewis. I love him. But he said Shedeur Sanders is dropping because he's black.
Oh,
Why isn't Cam Ward dropping then?
That's not that at all.
What is he talking about?
People,
but
I mean,
it's just,
not Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark, Pittsburgh Steelers, LSU, great corner. I love him. Always been a fan of Ryan Clark. What is he talking?
it's just talking heads getting clicks,
Shedeur
man. Just getting clicks.
Sanders is dropping because he's black. Hey, everybody in the end. We finally got a white boy corner in Philadelphia. What are we talking about?
It's not about race at all.
It has nothing to do with race.
Shedeur Sanders is drama.
Yep.
He's not that good.
Comes with a daddy who never shuts up.
Yep. I mean, you're taking on a lot of baggage taking him as your quarterback.
That's like in the NBA taking on one of them ball sons with Lonzo, remember, and Lamar.
I like Shedeur. I like him as a player. I don't. But listen, if you're the Giants, you got so many needs. Why would you? Hey, you're going to mortgage your whole
Look, if you watch the Giants, they continuously make fail after fail after fail.
They're better off going for Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson and stay away from Shedeur Sanders. Wait till next year.
Fix your offensive line. Fix your defensive line. Stay competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Give your fans some hope. Don't go. Why would you? Look, I get it. I get some of these teams.
It's a knee-jerk reaction, man.
But my word.
When your coach is on the hot seat, it's a knee-jerk reaction. But that type of player right there is the reason why coaches get fired.
I'm sorry. I just said I know we're not talking about that, but I read that and I was like, what world? This isn't. I apologize. We'll go with the next team.
You pointed out something that somebody said on media. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I just could not believe that.
It's just to get clicks, man. It's just to get people to, turn on each other or whatever.
Yeah.
If Shedeur Sanders came out next year, he'd be the 5th best quarterback coming out.
And that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So, New York Jets.
Jets. Jets.
Everybody knows, you guys know I grew up a Jets fan being from New Jersey. I love Justin Fields going to the Jets. I just think it's the wrong time. So Justin Fields, he signed 2 years, $40 million, so they're not thoroughly invested in him. Now he's got $30 million that's guaranteed to him. They can still, in 2 years, go another direction. They can go another direction next year.
I don't think they do. I think Justin Fields has an opportunity to grow. Last year with the Steelers, they did not give that boy an opportunity. And he won 5 games at the beginning of the season.
But you remember why? Because if he played a certain amount of games, his contract became fully guaranteed. Yeah. That was the main reason they sat him down.
But the point is that now he has that window.
And he's got his college teammate to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
Garrett
Wilson. That's what I like.
And remember what they did in college?
Yeah.
Man, they were an awesome tandem. They were great. Other than that, they just were working on their offensive line and defensive line. I mean, Josh Myers as a center, 1-year deal, just a prove-it deal, Okafor, some linebackers, no real names Andre Sisco, 1-year deal, prove it, $10 million for a safety. That's a lot for a prove it.
Well, he's had flashes of brilliance.
Yeah.
Andre Sisco has had brilliant flashes. Jamin Davis, I loved him coming out of Kentucky. I thought he was the best linebacker coming out of that draft. The Jets obviously love him. Aaron Glenn, obviously, if he's good enough, and they re-sign him, and Aaron Glenn's going to turn this team around, I think.
Yeah, Brandon Stevens has a 3-year, $36 million. He's going to shore up his backside of his defense.
Yep.
And he's going to move forward.
That's what he does. He runs a similar system as the 4-2-5 like Dennis Allen. And so what he wants to do is he's gonna have corners, he's gonna have safeties. He is going to want to play man-to-man, and he's going to want 4-2-5.
Yeah, the only problem with that is the middle of the field's wide open. So you got to have some heavy hitters.
It's a different – look, that defense, Quentin Williams. Look, you cannot say anything bad about the players on that Jets defense, and then you put Cisco out there and approve a deal. Like, I just think he's going to have a great year.
I mean, we were saying last year we wish Justin Fields would have went to the Saints.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I love
wish
him.
he'd
I
gone
love
there
him
this
with
year.
the Jets. I just think this year isn't the year. Maybe last year would have been the year.
I like it. I like they got rid of some of that older trash, and excuse me, not necessarily trash, but
Older
some of the older
players.
players that shouldn't have been there. That,
Yeah.
Look,
The reason why Aaron Rodgers had to rush the ball all the time.
you got Fields, okay, you got Brees Hall. You're gonna have some run pass options going to be open.
You got Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of run.
Yeah,
They're gonna run.
They're going to run and run. They're going to play defense and get. I want to see Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson again together. It's going to be. I think it's going to be fun to watch. Like, the talent is there. We cannot sit here and say like the talent is not there for the Jets.
As an ex-Jets fan, if I was currently a
Ex-Jets.
Jets fan, I would be excited about this.
Me too.
So we'll have to look and see. We'll have to wait and see.
What you think about Lazard? What they gonna do
I
with
think
him?
Lazard's done.
Yeah, I don't
he's gonna fall out into obscurity.
So what does the Jets do going into the draft?
Wide receiver,
That's
buddy.
what I was about to say.
Oh, you
Wide
got
receiver.
Patreon.
Or
I will clap.
do you think that Tyler Warren's going to be there? The tight end from Penn State, because that dude is an animal.
Tyler Warren, yeah.
So I mean, they
would
don't
be-
have a tight end.
Like a Conklin, that's it. Look, I think this team wants to run the ball. I think this team wants to play defense.
Hard
and
nose.
I think they're gonna I think they're gonna short the offensive line. You got probably
That guy to short up the tackles. The offensive tackles are just.
well, they were so old and they got hurt last year.
Yeah,
And then
Okafor's a
great.
He's great.
He's
He's
great.
good.
He's
He's a good pick.
Yeah.
But that's just one.
that's the one. You got
With the signing of Josh Myers and Okafor, they're going to try to win in the trenches.
yes.
Hard nose, head-to-head football, run the ball.
Yeah, and you got the right one back there. You got Brees Hall, and if run
Yeah.
pass option with Justin Fields looks like he could be lethal behind a good offensive line.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I
always want to see an NFL team go back to the old wishbone or the two running back set with a running quarterback. This would be perfect. Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
You put a 2 running back set back to
with
back
Braylon
these
Allen.
three. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they got Braylon Allen too.
I mean, where's the ball? Justin Fields, who has the ball? You know?
I'd like to go see him go like Will Clapp. Sure, get
You need some more size on the line.
in the trenches. Yeah, get in. Let's get those trenches shored up. Like, regardless.
Yeah,
let's run the ball.
I think they're definitely on the right side.
Yeah. Outdoors in New Jersey, snow on the ground, November. Run the ball.
Run the ball.
Come on. That's what I say.
Come on, Justin, man. Show us that you can do it.
Kind of like.
I mean, we know you can do it.
Kind of rooting for him because all the talent. If they waste this talent for what they got this window in, I'm gonna cry.
I think it'll be his best year.
I hope so. I hope so because I'm always rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. I'm really rooting for Garrett Wilson because I tell you what, that dude was so good coming out of college.
He didn't say anything last year when it was all falling apart. He just kept playing.
God, he's just getting robbed by Devontae Adams. Oh my word!
Well,
So that's it for the AFC East.
Devontae's gone, so we ain't worried about
Yeah,
that.
Devontae's gone. Yep, he's a Ram now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go over all this with draft picks and all that because there's a lot of drama going on. Because we're just starting right here. Like this is just Wednesday. Monday was a tampering period. Wednesday we got signing. Look, we got signings going on right now. Pharaoh Brown just got signed by the Dolphins.
Today's Friday morning, Friday afternoon.
Yep.
And it's still moving fast.
Yeah, we are going to have to do another show. We're going to break down every division. Then before we go to the draft, we're going to go through picks. We're going to have our own mock draft.
Mm-hmm. We're going to break down every single team.
Yeah,
their needs and
one with trades, one without trades. Yep. Y'all stick with us because we got more coming in the pipe. We're going to go division by division, talk about every team breakdown, who they signed, who they didn't do, what direction they think they're going on. This is the off season. This is whenever your team really becomes good. Look, we're coming from Next Level Studio. Y'all, please like, subscribe, support us. We love doing this. We love you, fam. Yo, we need the support, okay?
that's AFC East.
Yep.
All right, that's it.
Next is AFC North.
Till next time. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Calder.
I'm the Shadow Hat.
We're out.
Smashmouth Footballers.
This ain't no regular thing. I came Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.